Hello. Welcome back to the sqadia.com, the best medical learning platform all over the world. I would say universe. So today, the topic we are going to discuss is heavy drinking of alcohol. I know that alcohol is a major problem affecting worldwide. A person may experience withdrawal symptoms if he suddenly stops drinking alcohol. His drinking patterns become a problem while he develops an illness related to the drinking, or it interferes with his social or work life. Drinking to the excess, for example, a 6-pack of beer in one sitting or a fifth of a gallon of whiskey without being drunk is also probably a sign of problem drinking. If he answers yes to any of the following questions, he may have a drinking problem. What are the questions? Number 1, do you ever feel you need to cut back on how much alcohol you drink? Have you ever been criticized for how much you drink, and has that ever annoyed you? Number 3, do you ever feel guilty about how much you drink? Number 4, have you ever had a drink when you wake up to steady your nerves or to cure a hangover? So these are the questions you need to ask your patient while he asks for the medical attention, So on your patient visit, you'll ask him about shakiness, confusion, trouble walking, seizures, vomiting blood, dark black bowel movements, abdominal swelling, jaundice, which is a skin taking on a yellowish appearance, obviously. And you'll also ask if he ever swallowed barium for an X-ray. It's an important point. If he ever swallowed barium for an X-ray, and if so, what it showed. The next point, you will want to know if he has a family history of alcoholism. I repeat, if he has family history of alcoholism. Number 3, you will also want to know if he or anyone in his family has had any of these conditions like seizures, delirium after cutting out alcohol, jaundice, liver disease, gastrointestinal bleeding, depression. And you'll also want to know if he's taking any of these medications or drugs like anticonvulsants, aspirin, tranquilizers, antidepressants, marijuana, cocaine, heroin, or other illegal drugs, etc. The next, you will do a physical examination including the following: temperature, pulse, blood pressure, thorough skin examination, test of memory, pushing on his abdomen, checking his limbs for tremors or shakiness, test of brain functions involving balance, eye movements, and reflexes. If a patient comes to you with typical symptoms like irritability, flushed skin, stomach upset, sleepiness, which occurs after several days of drinking, then he might be suffering from tremulousness, which is trembling or shaking. Next, if the patient comes to you with typical symptoms like fever, confusion, tremor, hallucinations, sweating, or dilated pupils, then he might be suffering from delirium tremens, which is delirium that occurs when you stop drinking. Moving on, if the patient comes to you with typical symptoms like convulsions, which occur within 2 days when you stop drinking, then he might be suffering from seizures. If the patient comes to you with typical symptoms like unsteadiness, abnormal eyeball movements, uncoordinated gait, then he might be suffering from cerebral degeneration, which is a type of brain disorder. If the patient comes to you with typical symptoms like confusion, memory loss, disorientation, abnormal eyeball movements, then he might be suffering from Wernicke-Korsakoff Psychosis. I repeat, Wernicke-Korsakoff Psychosis, which is a brain disorder caused by a lack of thiamine, which is vitamin B1. If a patient comes to you with symptoms like unsteadiness, numbness, or burning in feet or hands, then he might be suffering from neuropathy, which is nerve damage in the extremities. So that was all for today. Keep following sqadia.com for more such informative videos.